All right. Good morning, all. Hope you are guys are having a good one. Um, I am a little bit groggy right now. Not to spill my life story here, but my granddaughters are spending the weekend, and so the house is full of young ladies and my wife. So they're having a good time. Um, and they call me Gramps, and I basically had to sleep in here last night on the pull-out couch, and I am miserable right now. So, I've had this couch since my wife and I were dating. It's very comfortable, and it's kind of got a lot of sentimental value, but it is not. My back is not the way it used to be, and But anyways, I know you don't want to hear that story. My wife has pressed me to do this Hard Target, Cymple Man, window seat song for a very long time. And knowing my wife, as much as I adore her, she's always up to something. And I feel like if I don't catch what she likes in this song or what she's thinking, then I will be punished severely. No home cooking or nothing. You know what I'm talking about, for a long time. So I hope I catch it, because if I don't, then I'm in some hot water. I do have my granddaughters the rest of the day, and it's going to be utter chaos. So I've locked myself in here, and I can hear them out there breaking things that I'm going to have to fix later. And, I'll be blamed somehow for it, but, I'll be repairing the items. And so I have a bottle of whiskey in here that I have hidden, and I poured a little bit in my coffee to get me going this morning. And hoping that I catch what she wants in this video. Hard Target, Cymple Man, window seat will be down. The link will be down below in the description. If you don't want to hear me go on stuff about my life in this video, I have a feeling that might end up happening. Maybe this isn't the video for you. All right, guys, I'm just waking up. I'm groggy as heck, man. I'm groggy as heck, and I can't believe I'm drinking whiskey at 8:30 in the morning. So here we go. Let's go. Breadwin. And what is happening here? What is happening? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. We're going to go back just a little bit. This is already throwing me. So you got the gal here. She's a hottie. She looks like a Married with Children vibe here. This came out 3 years ago. He's got his shirt untucked. Looks like a nerd with the backpack, and they're in a parking lot. I wonder if he's going to hit on her or something.
Do I stand a chance? Do I look funny? Could we Space Jam together? Could you be my Babs Bunny? I got a little gas money. Plus you looking kind of pleasant. We can go for a ride. I'd like a return on my investment. Shoot this shit just like a pheasant. Open up just like a present. I'm just saying you a blessing. Daddy must have been a reverend. Middle seat, I need some stretching and I'm stressing.
Shoot the shit just like a pheasant. Your daddy must have been a reverend, because he's talking about how beautiful she is, sent from God, right? The way he raps is really nice. And I like this shot right here. She knows how pretty she is. She knows how pretty she is. I love women, and this is one of the reasons I married my wife. I don't know if this is what it is or not, but the way I like the big glasses on women, like the big sunglasses and things like that. And she always gets those big sunglasses all the time. My wife does. And this is kind of, when I met her, I had my little cowboy vibe going on, and but I was a nerd. I was so nerdy. And she looked at me a certain way when she first saw me. I was much lighter and better looking and had hair, but then she found out later that I was a nerd. So I was kind of portraying something that I wasn't. And she was kind of like this. She knew she was a hottie. But she gave me a chance. She gave me a chance. And look what it turned out 30 years later. Oh, hold on. Go back.
A little gas money.
Love the big sunglasses.
We can go for a ride. I'd like a return on my investment. Shoot the shit just like a pheasant. Open up just like a present. I'm just saying you a blessing. Daddy must have been a reverend. Middle seat, I need some stretching. And I'm stressing cause your baggage needs some checking. It's depressing.
Middle seat, I need some stretching. Baggage needs some checking. You know what he's talking about?
For a ride, I'd like a return on my investment. Shoot the shit just like a pheasant. Open up just like a present. I'm just saying you a blessing. Daddy must have been a reverend. Middle seat, I need some stretching. And I'm stressing cause your baggage needs some checking. It's depressing how you acting like my presence is affecting your happiness. It's disturbing me. Plus the steward
my presence is affecting your happiness. Man, very good. How can this not be like a top 10 hit, man? I don't know what this was 3 years ago. This had to have taken off. There is no way on this planet that this song was not like a big hit. I haven't looked it up yet. There's no way, dude. Going back.
Like my presence is affecting your happiness. It's disturbing me. Plus the steward is urging me to put my table up. It's not enough that I will give you the window seat. In my heart, I will give you the window seat. In my car,
let you see inside of me.
It's gonna be a long ride. Just in case you can't tell, I will give you the window seat. In my heart, I will give you the window seat. In my car, I can give you the window seat. It's a start, and you could lay your head down on me.
I think I caught it. I think I caught what my wife is saying here. She wants me to catch this. So this is going to turn into a longer story, especially if this song takes off to where I think it's going to be. So when I met my wife, she was going to school and she was working in a sandwich shop. And I went in there and, I met her and everything, ordered a sandwich. It was like a sub shop or something like that. But she was going to school and everything. She had this little Chevy Chevelle, piece of trash, starving college student. And anyway, she makes me a sandwich and, I'm just like enamored with the way she looks. She's got these cutoff shorts on and they were just, I'll never forget them. Anyways, I left there and I was just blown away by this woman. And she is like this gal here, she's just beautiful. She's just the way she knows she was hot too. She knew she was hot. And I left. And, I went to work. And at the time I worked at this foundry, this metal foundry where you pour molten metal. And it was like some of the most brutal work I've ever done in my life. And I leave and I'm coming home. And there's this car on the side of the road and it's burning. I could see like some smoke or something coming from the bottom. And it was her trashy car. And I pulled up behind it and I got a pickup truck. She, I say, are you okay? And I get out, are you okay? Everything fine? She says, well, I think my car, something's wrong. So I pop open the hood and, there wasn't anything burning. It was just, there was a electrical component in there that was kind of smoking and stuff like that. So anyways, I said, well, I'll take you home. And she says, well, I live with my parents and, while I'm going to school, she said, can you take me home? So I took her home and, she gets in the truck and, had this 4-wheel drive, this piece of trash. And we started talking about window seats for some reason. Because she was so far apart from me. She was like, it was kind of weird. I was a stranger. She did recognize me from the sandwich shop. But she was sitting so close to the window. I said, well, I see you got your window seat. I know this is what she Anyways, love that truck. That we had a lot of fun in that truck, but it was a piece of trash. But that I think that's what she is getting at. I'm trying to concentrate on the song, but like I said, I have to catch what she was wanting here. So I know you guys didn't want to hear that. Again, this is for her benefit.
Adventure outdoors. We should both get out more. You should see the city from this altitude.
This kind of reminds me of like a Hoobastank thing, like a early 2000s Hoobastank. I don't know if you guys know who that is. I think it was early 2000s. The way, the vibe, like it's not exactly like Hoobastank, but they would kind of come in there with the guitar like Hard Target did and kind of do a more rock thing, but then they would kind of pop back into a little rap kind of like this almost on some of their music. If I remember right, I think Hoobastank was the one that did that, but I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, Hoobastank popped in my head. He's got the nerd look down, I tell you that, with the backpack, plaid backpack. And you could lay your head down on me. And what's he wearing?
Adventure outdoors. We should both get out more. You should see the city from this altitude.
She's totally disinterested in him. She's flipping her hair and looking to one thing about the flipping of the hair though, that is a sign that the gal likes you. If you're talking to a gal, she's doing her hair like this. Just saying. And you gals got to give guys a chance. You got to give them a chance. I mean, she's a good looking gal and look, he looks like a nerd right here. But I saw a show the other day. The gal says, some guy asked her, well, what would meet your criteria for, what would be the only way that you would accept a guy, right? Women nowadays are complaining there's no good guys left. Well, this is why, because your expectations are too high. And I'm going to tell you the fallacy of your ways. She said, I need a guy that makes 6 digits and I need a guy that does this. She gave it like a litany of, this big old long list of about what guys were supposed to have in order to have her, right? As a woman, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, whatever. And it's impossible to meet, right? Like 1% of the guys have probably got that. And for you ladies out there looking for guys and you got your high expectations, let me give you a little insight here. If you meet a guy and he has all of the things that you want, that guy is already set in his ways. He will never change. And I promise you, it will end in divorce. I promise. Because you won't have a chance to grow together because he's already going to be who he is. Guys like that are already set in their ways and they won't change no matter how beautiful you are because they know they can get any gal they want. And the only thing you really have to offer them, and I hate to be like this and be blunt, but is what's between your legs. And when he gets tired of that, you're gone. Because they can get any gal they want. So I'm just letting you guys know, gals know what's up, right? If you get, I'm not saying you got to pick some dude that's living on the streets and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is you got to pick a dude, like, look at this guy, you call him a nerd. Well, there's a lot of good qualities in nerdy folks. They're smart usually. And, they probably have a lot of good qualities and they're going at some point, they're going to grow with you. And then you two can grow together and then it won't be all about what's between each other's legs. You follow what I'm saying? Little relationship advice. Growing together is better than not. Great video. I feel like there's going to be a little twist here too. With him.
We should both get out more. You should see the city from this altitude like Falcor. Umbrella for the downpour. Would you come around more if I showed you magic tricks that I bought from the town store? Bibbidi-bobbidi, probably you. If you don't capitalize, you gon' lose. I'ma be happy at having a sandwich while you gon' be standing there stagnant and lose. Same old, stuck in airplane mode. Guess that's how the game go, but you don't feel the same. So now we gotta talk about it. Sitting here all kind of crowded. See my sacrifice, I highly doubt it. I will give you the window seat. For my heart, I will give you the window seat. I feel
like Hard Target's gonna swoop in here. You kind of like that. You kind of like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for boarding flight 104 direct to Heartbreak City. I will give you the window seat from my heart. I will give you the window seat.
What is all the doctor wearing?
It's gonna be a long ride, just in case you can't.
Right, you see inside to my heart. That's what the window seat is. I'm crying, dude. I'm crying. We're gonna pause. I know it's almost over, but I gotta say a little bit more here. You know, my wife knows a little bit about this story, but I'm be quiet because she's probably listening right now after that. Her boyfriend, listen to this. She'll watch this, so she'll hear it. But so we started dating, right? And I was working at the foundry, and her ex-boyfriend started to work at the foundry where I was working. I was a supervisor. Well, not quite a supervisor, but I was kind of running the show where we pour the molten metal and everything like that. And yeah, like I said, it's very hard work. You get a lot of lifting, a lot of just dirty, hard, deadly work. But he started working there, and I didn't know who he was at the beginning. But then you start to talk to him and everything, and it dawned on me that this was my wife's ex-boyfriend. And one day we were talking, and he says something to the effect, well, I kind of want to get back with my current girlfriend because I miss her. She was a good gal, right? And he's talking about my wife now. So I'm just like, oh no, you SOB, you are not undercutting me like Target did right here. You are not undercutting me. So we go back and we start to work, and I just I don't know why, it was just diabolical, dude. It was so diabolical. And I feel kind of guilty about this later on, but I really run him through the ringer, and I pretty much made him quit. I made him quit, and I belittled him, and I would do things like I would pick up something heavy, and he and I'd be like, hey, I would kind of not, it would be very heavy and I would be straining, but I would make it look like it was super easy for me. I just pick it up and be something super and then he would go, I'd tell him to go do the same thing. Right. And I know he saw me, but he'd pick it up and it'd be like, he'd be straining and stuff. And then I would kind of belittle him, and I would say, dude, you need to be a man, be a little bit more of a man, right? You need to kind of man up because you're kind of weak. And I would say stuff like, you want to hook back up with your gal. She probably dumped you because you're weak. And, it was brutal, but I didn't want him to get back with my wife. I made him quit, and, I feel guilty about that now. This is many, many years later. And there was more to the story, but it was because I love my gal, right? And I didn't want him to kind of swoop in like Target did here and undercut me. So I did what I had to do. I'm not proud of it, but I did what I had to do. I kind of demasculated him. I him at the time. And my wife and I we got married and lived happily ever after. But it's funny though, what people do for love. It's really it's really funny. Hard Target kills me, dude. I almost can't handle. You guys don't know because I got my glasses on. I was literally in tears.
Down on me.
All right, she's ditching him. Look at him begging. Juice.
Yeah, to the nod, dog.
Oh my gosh, man. What a great song. What a great song, dude. That was a good one. That was a really good one. So creative, man. So creative. I didn't really get into the breaking down of the bars, but the rapping was really good. When he was talking about the sandwich, when they're sitting down in that little circle, that was the whole scheme of everything was really cool. You know, the window to my heart, what you can see in, and then, like I said, here comes Hard Target and swoops in and takes her away. But it's funny, you gals, you know, you need to cut us guys a little bit of a break. You know, look through the soup. Don't be kind of looking at the outwardly appearance and the money all the time. Look at what he can achieve, and then you got to help him achieve that. And then when you do that, you know, the rest is history, and you'll get everything that you want in life, gals. You know, don't be like this gal and be bailing on the first guy, you know, that got a little bit of money. So anyways, great song. I think I hit the nail on the head with my wife thing, and we'll probably get a few good laughs at it later. She is, although she was kind of like this gal in the video, I won her over. I won her over with my suave personality when I was... And I do love the big sunglasses, man. That just it. That does it for me. That I think that's probably what really drew me to my wife initially. You know, I'm a guy, and you know, guys look at things in a sexual manner at the beginning, and hopefully later it kind of surpasses that. But at the beginning, you know, she had her big sunglasses on when I pulled over and saved her life from a burning car, and the cutoff shorts. The cutoff shorts was just, whew. My gosh, man, I need to get that stuff out of my brain there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that clowny stuff. The next one I'm going to do with Ricky Bobby. That is a request from someone else. He said I really enjoy that, and so I will do that next from Cymple Man. I'm sure Hard Target's in it. I think he is. I saw the cover. It looked like he's in there. So I love all of the Hard Target folks, the whole family unit type of thing they got going there with the musicians. Almost every musician that's within that little group has just been fantastic, and they all bring something different to the table. And I've just been really, really enjoying them. And it just seems like there's an endless amount of music that people, I don't even know how they're not popular. That song, that should have been like a top 10 hit on the radio back in the day. I don't know how it's not. I don't know how it's not. It's almost literally makes my head explode. That song is not a top 10 hit. If I would have saw that in the early 2000s or 90s on an MTV, that would have been like one of the best. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. Have a great day. Ricky Bobby's next by Cymple Man. Hope you guys have a great day, and peace.